So good morning, everybody. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about mentoring today. We work for Moray Council, and we're going to go to a little bit more about ourselves to start with. On our screen here, we've got Christine Fairburn. She's the coordinator for the S1, S6, and she covers Buckey High, Keith Grammar, Elgin High, and Milne schools. So you can see already that we actually work with the school system as well as those who are after school as well, so older than school. And then moving on, we've got Michaela Henderson. She's the coordinator for S1 to S6 in Forest Academy, Elgin Academy, Lossy High, and Speyside High. So you can see we've got the whole of Moray covered in as far as the schools are concerned. And they are the secondary schools. And then we get on to me. I'm the coordinator for those who are 16 plus and school leavers. By plus, we're going to go into the age range a little bit more in a moment. So over 16, basically. Okay, give you some context though, some Moray statistics here. And remember, this is just for Moray. In our county alone, we have 142 secondary pupils who are care experienced young people. On top of that, we have 159 primary pupils who are care experienced. They're all going to be coming through into the secondary age, which is where we're looking at working. Then we have post-school, we have 570 benefit claimants aged between 16 and 24. Bear in mind that 16 and 17-year-olds can rarely claim any kind of benefit, so that's an awful lot of people. And then give you some more context. 23.4% of school agers aged 16 to 17 are not in education. Okay, so they've left school, they've not gone to education. Many more enter employment from school than elsewhere in Scotland. Okay, an idea of the figures there, 37 going to a job when they leave school rather than going to education. Okay, so our policy, okay, our next slide here, Moray Council Employability Team, no one left behind approach. And it is just that. We don't want to leave anybody behind. So we aim to support the most disadvantaged young people in Moray. And we're looking at those who require additional support to progress and sustain learning. It's not just like everyone who leaves school comes to us. We're looking at those who actually need that little bit of extra help with the training, work opportunities, that sort of thing. Okay, what we offer, this is kind of generally what we offer. We're going to be hearing a lot about this one. We offer a mentoring program. That's going to be the focus of what we're looking at today. But we also do work sector related learning, health and well-being, things like counselling. We look at literacy, life skills. We do some outdoor learning, career information and advice, interview clothes, digital equipment we can provide, travel costs, driving theory tests, that sort of thing. Okay, coming on to what we're supposed to be looking at now. Mentoring young talent. Like I said, we cover S1 to S6. Plus we've got the 16 to 24 who are facing barriers. It actually can go up a little bit higher to 26 if they are from a care experience background as well. So we're covering quite a range of youth there. We could say we're going to do 1 hour a week for 12 months with a trained volunteer mentor. That's what we're offering. When we say facing barriers, what we're talking about, people who are, I don't know if you're familiar with the term NEET, so not in education, training or employment, people who have disabilities, maybe they're armed forces veterans, homeless, affected by living homeless, come from a jobless household, substance misuse issues, single adults, homes, low income homes, all these sorts of barriers. If you can think of a barrier, we probably have it in there somewhere. Okay. Moving on, here's the question, why bother mentoring? The answer is quite straightforward. It makes a difference. It makes a difference to the mentee, it makes a difference to the mentor, it makes a difference to society, and it makes a difference to your business. Okay, here's a quote for you. Okay, so it's a school voice, so this is coming from a school. The mentoring has had a positive impact on the confidence of our young people. All of the young people being mentored are happy and confident to hold conversations with staff and other students in school and seem to be more focused in class. Okay, and that's actually quite a typical thing that you do see improvements in the communication and so on with the people who are mentored, and that comes from Elgin High School. So that's definitely local. Okay, what is mentoring? Okay, so we know something about it, but let's have a little bit more. In essence, it's making people feel like they matter, like they belong to something. Okay, it guarantees to someone that somebody cares about them, someone wants to listen to them, and the day-to-day gets broken up by someone who's there for them. Okay, it makes connections to personal growth and development, and it also links to social and economic opportunities. Okay, a few more other benefits. Okay, it encourages and empowering in personal development. Okay, so the person will develop as they get mentored, their development will go. And I can remember an example of someone I met, and he had been mentored, and somebody from an official came to see him and said, well, what difference has it made to you? And the answer he gave is, well, I'm talking to you now. I couldn't have done that before. So there's tremendous scope for personal development there. It's identifying and achieving goals. So if people have a goal, you can help, you can talk it through. It's someone to talk to. Identifying correct gaps in skills and knowledge, similar vein there. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of benefits. Increased confidence, people do feel more confident. Developing a broader perspective on career or education options and opportunities. So they might just see, oh, you do that. Oh, maybe I could do that. So all sorts of things can turn somebody's life around just by seeing, hearing, talking to people. And it gives them access to a senior role model. And that's really, really quite crucial in this. Okay, and okay, statistics, those who like statistics. 59% of people who are mentored earn better grades. 27% are less likely to begin using alcohol. 52% are less likely to skip school. And when we say school, it could be school, college. When we say grades, it could be school grades, could be college grades, could be workplace training grades. And then mentoring has a positive impact on the odds of full-time employment, kind of significant for those who are in a workforce. Okay, and this is a few quotes from some mentees. I've started to look at school differently. I want to work hard for my prelims. I'm able to relax and I can say what I'm really thinking. It's given me confidence to speak to new people. I used to just blank them, but now I'm less mardy. It's just really nice to talk to someone, to share things from my week and have someone be happy to listen. It's helped me communicate more. I've tried to speak to people that I wouldn't before. Quite significant quotes there. Okay, what about the benefits to the mentor? Okay, the mentoring experience has a significant personal impact on mentors. You're making a very personal connection with people after all. Okay, it also improves the skills and confidence in helping people. So developing EQ skills. And there's more. Okay, many mentors find the experience has a profound effect on their lives and their attitudes. They're sharing the world of someone who they might never have met otherwise. They've gained skills through mentoring, like I was saying, with the EQ skills, building leadership skills, very important. And career change and advancement has even come for some people through mentoring, because it's given them a different look on the way things work. Okay, we mentioned earlier that there are benefits to society. Obviously, the education, we kind of briefly mentioned that one. That's there, so it's really important. People are more educated. That means they can potentially be more able to do something in work or in society. Social and emotional development, huge benefit. People feel more connected, improved self-esteem, some evidence of lowering of contact with the criminal justice system. There's some evidence, not completely, but there is some evidence depending on where and how. Less likely to be involved in bullying, also a very significant thing. And here, the next one, we're going to look at the benefits to the workforce. So looking at it from a business perspective, why bother? Okay, you'll get improved loyalty, and this is all stuff that's been researched. It's not just something we made up. There's lots of research showing that improved loyalty, an enhanced skill set, developing future leaders, building strong teams. So by working on things, it makes the team stronger. An effective investment in the community. So, you are seen as investing in the community. Improvement in staff attraction and retention. Apparently people really like companies where you can volunteer to do things. And improving reputation and brand management, all very important things for a workforce and a workplace. Okay, and then we've got increased staff morale and reduced sick leave. So if we're just looking at bottom line here, that's really super important. Okay, more productive because they're there and the morale is higher. Okay, so last thing here is we have a slide here which kind of says mentoring could be right for you. And I'm going to remind you again that we have the two kind of branches. So we have the ones who are in the school age. We also have those who are above the school age. And you can find what works best for you, what works best for your staff. And so I'm going to leave it to you guys. Mentoring could be right for you, and I hope some of you will take us up on that one. And I'll pass it back. Right, Amy, it should be all yours now.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that. I've just got you all back now. There we go. That's perfect. So thank you for that. Next up, we have Susan Mcpherson, who is the Regional Manager for Career Ready in Moray. She's going to explain about what is involved in the mentoring programme, as this programme is different to Mentor Young Talent. So Susan, I would now like to pass it over to you.
Well, thank you, Amy. Thank you. And thank you, Peter. That was a fabulous presentation. And I think what we'll be able to highlight here is that there are various programmes, and some might fit your organisation and you individually, and others. So highlight just other options. The Career Ready programme, what is the programme all about? And I'm delighted to see we have some mentors past and present in the audience as well. So please do feel free to chip in at any point, maybe during the Q&A. But the programme is a structured 2-year programme. It is targeted, so in the same way as Mentoring Young Talent is targeted at specific areas of the population, so is Career Ready. And the purpose of Career Ready is it's an experiential programme, so very much working with people in business and in business. It's focused on employability, does what it says, preparing people for work, career ready. It begins in 5th year at school, so the students join the programme around September or October in their 5th year, and that's when the mentors begin to support the young person. And it continues all the way through until the end of 6th year. Officially, although what we find informally is that it actually continues throughout life. We have mentors and students still in touch many years later, which I think Emma and Drew will bring to life for us. And we build the programme around a Skills for Career Success framework. So there is a structure to it there. And where it fits for young people is, you'll see down the middle here, this S4 through to S6 college work, etc. That's the traditional route that many of us will be familiar with, the academic route, if you like, through school and on to further study perhaps and into the world of work. And where Career Ready fits is out into this employability skills, the focus of developing the young workforce, and it's one of the many offers there that young people can access. The programme itself, I mentioned it was a structured programme, and at the top of that list we have the mentor, and the mentoring being a critical part of that journey. And as Peter said, it's a trusted adult in that young person's life, perhaps a senior person in business, but someone from a local employer whose only interest is helping that young person prepare for the world of work and life beyond. And we also offer masterclasses. So over the programme there are 6 masterclasses, usually facilitated by local employers. We provide all of the materials for those, but another opportunity for employers, if you don't feel that you can participate in the full programme, there is the opportunity to facilitate these masterclasses. And the topics range from preparing themselves for the programme and understanding the programme, knowing their own values, what's important to them in life, through interview skills, career pathways, assessment centres, thinking about the young person's own brand. What do people see on social media when they look at that young person? What do they think when they meet them? What is the brand they're presenting to the world? And we also offer workplace visits, quite often aligned to the masterclass. So if an employer is facilitating a masterclass for us, they would invite the young people into their workplace and show them the range of opportunities there. There's a paid internship. So during the holidays between between 5th and 6th year at school, each workplace offers a 4-week paid internship to the young person where they provide meaningful work. And I'll leave that for Emma and Drew to bring to life what that could look like. And we also offer events to give the young person and the mentors and the employers opportunities to come together. Examples being for Drew and Emma today, that opportunity to come along to an event such as this, demonstrate their fabulous presentation skills, but also hone those. And so the programme over the 2 years, this is the experience for the student. But this is all about mentoring. So I thought you might like to hear from one of our repeat mentors. So Ross Keddy from Shivas Brothers, he has been one of our mentors. This is his 5th time. So 5 students he's supported over the programme. And you'll see from how Ross brings to life what that has meant from him. Little bit of hesitancy at the beginning. So he really wasn't sure what he would gain from the programme when he first volunteered. But what he's found is there was the opportunity for him to develop some skills. He feels more able to motivate and encourage his own team, and he's actually progressed through the organisation since beginning to support Career Ready. He feels it's helped his own communication skills and also increased his networking professional relationships, because we do offer multiple opportunities for our mentors to come together and get to know one another, so building a real community around Career Ready in Moray. He also mentions that he's met lots of fantastic people, he's found it really worthwhile and absolutely recommends it. He's suggesting to any aspiring manager or any leader in a business, and we do have mentors at all levels in business, first line leaders perhaps right through to managing directors. It's opened his mind, given him a fresh perspective and a new way of thinking, and it has been very personally fulfilling. And there's one of Ross's mentees from a few years ago. He's really enjoyed seeing them grow and develop. And that picture is actually from Ross and his student presenting it at one of our launch events when our students and mentors met for the first time. So that's a little bit of insight from one of our mentors. In terms of our students, who's it for? So in the same way as mentoring young talent is targeted, so is Career Ready. So Career Ready is a programme aimed to boost the social mobility of young people. Some of our young people, it's about helping raise their academic achievement. For others, it's maybe their social abilities. And each is targeted at the beginning. What is it that they want to achieve from the programme? It's a big commitment from young people, as it is from mentors and employers. It is a 2-year journey, so we're very careful to ensure that the young people know what they're getting into, and that they are willing to commit and fully engage with the programme. That's not to say that they're fully up and running at the beginning, and that's where the mentors can really benefit, is helping that young people to develop organisational skills perhaps, so that they participate fully in all of the different events. It's young people who really value the opportunity to develop workplace skills and behaviours, so willing to learn from their mentors, where they might benefit from additional support in terms of their schoolwork or other aspects of their life. Most of our young people are the first in their family to consider an apprenticeship, further or higher education, so generally within their social network when they join the programme, they don't have those adults in their life who can provide them with direct role modelling or advice in those areas. Often our young people are unclear or lack confidence about their career path. They need to have the right to work in the UK, obviously for the 4-week paid internship, and that desire to build their social networks. You see that little picture of one of our leaflets. There's lots of Career Ready collateral which I can share with any of you at any stage. I think Amy, you'll be sharing the presentations afterwards, so they also have links in them where you can access some of that collateral, which if you choose to participate in Career Ready, you'll find it invaluable. But if you just want to support young people in a different way, you'll find some of that helpful for that. In terms of the skills for career success, you may be familiar with the Moray Skills Pathway. These are the career ready skills for career success, and you'll see that they're very much aligned to one another. What we ask our students to do at various points in the programme is to assess themselves in relation to these skills for career success. And what that allows you to do as a mentor is to tailor the support you give to the students to the areas that they want to develop. So it might be that at the moment they feel they've never had any experience of team working, and they might grade themselves quite low in that. So as a mentor, you can find opportunities with them where they can develop that. You might encourage them to join a team at school where they can develop those skills, or you might build it into their internship. You might invite them along virtually or physically to see you working with your team so that they can start to develop those skills. Alternatively, they might say to you, I have a real strength in communication and networking, and it's something that I want to build on. So you may help them find opportunities to develop those skills. But what they do is they rate themselves at these various points. And what we see over the course of the Career Ready programme is a marked improvement in how students rate themselves in terms of these skills. I will be honest and say it does sometimes drop. So their first rating might be a little bit higher than their second, because as they work with you, they see that communication and networking in a school environment is very different to communication and networking in a work environment. But working with you, they then build those skills, and through the masterclasses and all of the other support, we see them succeeding there. The other benefit of these skills for career success is that regardless of that young person's planned pathway in life, or perhaps uncertainty about their pathway, you and your organisation will be able to provide opportunities for them to develop these, because they are transferable. So whatever career you choose that you want to do, self-management is probably going to be really valuable. Team working is going to be really valuable. Gosh, in this world, adaptability is so valuable. How many of us thought a year ago we'd all be in a virtual world having this session? So these are transferable skills, and you can help young people to develop those. We also offer the opportunity for young people to gain additional qualifications alongside the programme. And so all they have to do is record in their handbook, in their student handbook, the experiences they have, and over the course of the programme they will have enough evidence to put themselves forward for the SQA Personal Development Self and Work Unit. So just an additional offering that you can support your student to achieve. I'm now going to hand over to a student though, because I'm talking about this, but it comes to life much more, or a past student I should say, Emma. So I'm actually going to hand over to Emma, and what Emma will do is really share her career ready experience and what that meant for her. So Emma, if you can pop off mute for now and share with us your experience, that would be fantastic.
Good morning, thanks for having me along. I always love coming back and sharing my experience even so many years after. So I actually graduated from Career Ready in 2017, which feels like...
Are you okay, Emma? You've just gone a little bit quiet. I think Emma's frozen. What I'll do, I'll keep moving through, and then when Emma's able to come back to us and unfreeze, we can continue with Emma sharing her journey. All right. So what I'll do now is I'll focus on the mentor aspect of things and mentoring skills. So what makes a fantastic mentor? So in terms of mentoring and how we view this from a career ready perspective, everything that Peter covered is just as relevant here. It is that journey with a young person. It's supporting somebody through their learning and developmental journey over that 5th and 6th year at school. It's accepting that every relationship is different. So the likes of the mentor I mentioned earlier, Ross, he would share with you that every one of his experiences was different with the students. Emma, I think, are you back with us? Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well Emma, we'll just pop back to you and we'll hear your journey. There we are, thank you.
Sorry. So yeah, I graduated from the Career Ready programme in 2017, which does feel like a long time ago now, but I still really enjoy coming back and speaking about my journey and my experience, because I gained so much from it. So I'm in my final year of uni, over halfway through writing my dissertation, and I honestly don't think I would be where I am if I didn't do the Career Ready programme. I was kind of floating. I didn't really know what I wanted to do after school, but this helped to give me much more of a direction and much more confidence to kind of follow what was right for me to do. So I applied for the programme initially. It just sounded really inviting, really good, to be honest. A paid internship was an extra bonus, not going to lie, but I kind of heard about other people who had done the programme, what skills they had gained, and I am so glad I signed up and did it. It's given me so much experience, confidence and self-belief to move on, follow my passion and be able to talk at various events like this. So I was paired with Moray College UHI. My mentor was Jackie Andrews, and not only did she fully support me through the programme, but we still do stay in touch now, and she shared a lot of really helpful advice with next steps. Yeah, as I say, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but she definitely helped give me a little bit more direction. So through the internship, I did loads of different things. I got to go into 4 different departments in the college. Obviously, it was through the summer holidays, so there was no other students going about. So I did a lot of admin, finance, student support, marketing, that sort of thing. And the main kind of projects that I did along with another student also on the programme was to create the guide all about Moray for the Erasmus students. So that was a lot of speaking to local businesses, finding out about various bank accounts, that sort of thing. So that was really good, and I do believe that the document has still been used. So that was really good to know that I've contributed to such a big piece of work. The marketing and branding side really stood out to me. It's something that I use in my day-to-day life now. I started as a body shop at home consultant, so those skills were super transferable, gave me the confidence to sign up, go live on Facebook, speak to loads of different people, which is something that I would never have even thought about doing before. So since I already mentioned, I built on my life skills, my confidence. Before the programme, I was quite shy. I would speak reasonably well in small groups, but never to a large audience. A thing that kind of stands out for me since doing the programme was speaking at the Career Ready Scottish graduation to a completely full Perth concert hall, which, not gonna lie, did scare the life out of me, but I got so much from it and it was really, really enjoyable. Without Career Ready, I would never even think of doing something like that. So to sum it up, I can't really speak highly enough of the experience that I gained, and without a doubt, it's a really well structured and well run programme. There's support at every stage for the young people, from mentors, Susan, school staff. There's just support from everyone. You make so many friends from across Scotland as well, and obviously the pleasure and excitement that still comes when sharing my journey. I think it's something that I'll never really forget about at all. So yeah, to sum it up, I would highly recommend getting involved with Career Ready. You really will be helping a young person learn vital life skills, building on their existing skills, and be that key that opens so many doors for them.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you so much. Emma, you were a Speyside High School student, weren't you? Yeah.
I was, yeah.
Thank you. All right, so back to the mentoring. So as I mentioned, it's supporting people through this journey. Every relationship is different. So Jackie and Emma's mentor, Jackie, supported more than one student as well, and again has found the relationships to be very, very different. It is about reflecting and encouraging the students, so it's creating a space for them to really think about what it is they want in life, drawing on their own skills and encouraging them to make the most of those opportunities, even opening doors to some opportunities for them, maybe through your own network, etc. We do encourage mentoring and coaching, so not all directive support, so in that coaching space really helping the young person draw on their own thoughts, ideas and the capability within them to develop those skills for their career. And it is long term. So in the beginning, I mean, as Emma mentioned, she was shy at the beginning of the programme. We have some students who do find it particularly difficult to engage and to trust, but over time and with the patience and support of the mentor, that does come. And what we make sure is that we're supporting the mentors on that journey too, that they have the opportunity to come together regularly and in development sessions to help them support the students. In terms of mentoring skills, and we don't expect mentors to start with all of these, and there's actually an active link there that you might see has a full list of skills that you might find helpful as a mentor. And what we encourage the mentors to do is think about which of these skills are you bringing to the relationship and which would you like to develop. And if there are specific skills the mentor would like to develop, we support them to do that. Right, I think let's hear it from a mentor. So I'm going to hand to Drew now. And we'll hear from Drew, who, as I mentioned, was a student at Buckie High School and is now one of our Career Ready mentors. Drew, over to you. You able to come off mute, Drew?
Just on meeting now.
There we are.
Confirm that everyone can hear me okay.
I can hear you, Drew.
So as Susan mentioned, my name's Drew. I'm just going to give you a quick bit of background on the role that I'm currently in. So I now work as a HR assistant for Associated Seafoods. I've been in my role for just under 4 years now, I believe. Some of my main responsibilities on a day-to-day basis is supporting employees with workplace queries and issues, inputting data onto databases and dealing with transfers from agency and recruitment side of things. I was a previous student of Buckie High School before this, and I joined the Career Ready programme in 2016. My main reasons for deciding to join this programme was because I'd never had any previous work experience before. Career Ready for me was a good opportunity to develop my skills, improve my confidence, as well as working on things like my CV for when I was leaving school. I was paired with Associated Seafoods and mentored by their managing director, Victor West. Initially, this mentorship was very scary for me because Victor's position in the company was obviously one of the highest. Victor is also a very busy man, so I wasn't sure how quickly he'd expect me to pick up on things and whether he'd have the time to fully invest in me, or if I'd kind of be dotted around department to department. I'd say I very quickly learned that even though Victor was so busy, he made the time to meet with me and review my objectives. Together we sat down and highlighted any concerns which I was having throughout the programme. We were also able to work together to develop what I'd like to do in my internship and like various points of interest. So for me, some key things was developing my Excel skills because I hadn't done much with that at school. I also wanted to develop confidence, so together we put forward a plan for me to do some presentations. I think I'd done that on my second week of my internship, so I had to research something, can't actually remember what it was now, and then I had to present it to an audience of UK and foreign nationals. Before starting the programme, this is something I would have never dreamed of doing. I would have just been incredibly shy, nervous. So for me, that was like a big development point in myself, and that's where I recognised that the programme was beneficial to myself. My relationship with Victor did not end after my internship. In fact, it's still ongoing. Me and Victor meet quite regularly just to discuss things within the workplace, and obviously we've got to work alongside each other now. We're developing a new site at the moment, so hopefully I'll get some time to work with Victor to kind of put forward the recruitment side of things for getting people into there. Since the programme, Victor's also put me on various training courses, so I've done some training with ACAS, think I've done my GDPR and a HR for beginners course. I've also done my food hygiene and HACCP training, as well as my CIPD level 3, and I'm currently studying towards my level 5. The most important lesson that Victor taught me during the internship was to know my audience. This has definitely helped me throughout the entire programme, especially when attending like career ready events, and helping me build like network relationships. I learned that talking to people from other businesses hasn't always got to be business related, so it can be nice to get to know your colleagues on a more personal level. Developing common interests, this can be like an easy way to start a conversation, and from there it'll kind of start to flow a bit more naturally. I think if you're able to develop like a friend in a workplace opposed to just classing them as a colleague, it can make your work a lot more of a happier place. So that's definitely something that I'd recommend for a mentor to do with their student. And yeah, I'm just very excited to be returning to the programme as a mentor this year. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Thank you, Drew. So you can imagine just how thrilled we have. It's the first student in Moray who has returned as a mentor. And we do maintain contact with our alumni students, so we do anticipate, Emma, we'll be ready for this, lots more students returning as mentors in the future. But thinking about mentors and the support, I mean, obviously Victor was very, very experienced, as was Jackie, but we also have mentors like Drew early in their career. We've had lots of them. There's a real mix, and it's really important support is available for them. So as a mentor, you will have support from the school, and we work in all 8 schools in Moray, and each school has at least one designated career ready school coordinator, and they're a point of contact immediately for a mentor if they've any concerns at all about students. And we also arrange mentor only sessions, so a chance for the mentors in that school to come together. I'm a key point of contact. All of the mentors can contact me at any time. I have regular drop-in sessions for mentors where I just open up on Zoom or Teams for an hour and they can drop in with any queries. And I also organise development sessions for them. And there's regular contact from Career Ready centrally, mentor handbooks, mentor bulletins, etc. And obviously within our employers, they become very experienced in Career Ready, and there's a support network there, as I'm sure that the mentors on today will be able to confirm. So lots of support there for our Career Ready mentors. Doesn't matter what size your business is, whether it's a small business or a large business, we have experience of all of these organisations supporting our young people. And I just thought I'd finish with a little snapshot of, this is the last time we were able to get face-to-face for a launch event. So this was Career Ready 2019, and that the students and mentors coming together for the first time. So Amy, I shall hand back to you, and delighted to take any questions to help people's understanding of the programme and how they might get involved.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Susan, and thank you to Emma and Drew as well for coming along and sharing their experience. Before we move on to the Q&A, I would just like to introduce Laura Russell, who is the current mentor for Mentoring Young Talent, who just wants to share a little bit about her experience today. And it might be quite good as well if you can explain the commitment from a mentor's point of view, and actually what support you get there from the Mentoring Young Talent team as well, because I do know you do get a lot of support at every step of the way as well. So Laura, over to you.
Hi everyone, yeah, my name's Laura. I've been a mentor for over a year now, just over a year now. Yeah, and it's great. I received formal training when I first started around child protection, about how the programme will work, about the app that's really good that they use, so you can contact your mentee at any time, just to like keep relationships going while you're trying to build those, and you're meeting them once a week. The team around the Mentoring Young Talent are really good. If I have any concerns, if I have any worries, if I'm faced with a situation I'm feeling maybe a bit out of my depth, I can call them, I can meet with them. They provide support and guidance on what the best ways maybe to approach the situation. Also, they can provide me with details of other mentors, so I can hook up with them for a coffee and to see how they're getting on and gain experience from their experiences. The program itself is 1 hour a week, just an hour. And my experience is that when I first met my young person, she was very much like the quote in Peter's PowerPoint. She was quite mardy, I would say. She didn't look in my eye. She had low self-esteem, low self-worth. But over a few weeks, and actually didn't take as long as I maybe perceived it would do, she was able to look at me. She held her head higher. She walked out and was able to greet me far more friendlier. Just seen such a difference in such a short while with only the small commitment of an hour a week. So I just wanted to get that across, that for her and for me, being able to achieve that in such a short time with such a small commitment was just amazing. So the examples of things that we do is COVID's put a bit of a dampener on some of the more exciting things that we have planned. We've been drinking a lot of hot chocolate and coffee. I am a bit stressed because next week we're going for a run, which is not my most favourite activity, but it's something that we've been talked about during lockdown when we weren't able to see each other. It kept her mental health and well-being in a good place, so she wants me to join her, so I'm going to give that a try. But we've discussed a lot about where she was really low in self-esteem and confidence with regards to her schoolwork. She now talks about, she shows me things she's done at school. She asks me advice on things to read. She seeks out further opportunities rather than shying away from them. And the other thing is that I decided to be a mentor because I was involved. I used to run my own business and I found out about it through Christine. I was really excited to offer that opportunity to my employees. And now I've seen it from the other side. When I go back to work, I definitely see things from a different perspective. I'm able to include my vast experiences of mentoring into my daily life at work as well as at home. So yeah, it's just a wonderful thing to be involved in.
Perfect. Thank you for that insight, Lauren. I guess that's just a perfect example of how mentoring really can change both parties' life for the better as well. So that was a lovely story to hear. Thanks for that, Laura. So might as well move on to the Q&A session now. I'll just stop recording the session just here first.